Hi everyone, it's me, Akasha. I feel silly. A few months ago, I was walking down the street and minding my own business and thinking, and I thought I had a great idea, and that idea was that I wanted to put out a video on non-attachment because I thought I knew what non-attachment was. Well, 2 days later, no shit, I found myself deleting all my twin flame videos, removing myself from all the twin flame groups, and I said, I'm not a twin flame, blah, 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 blah. And separating myself from the dynamic, from the ideology, from the culture, really gave me perspective, and it's what I want to share. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the second noble truth of Buddhism, which is, paraphrased, attachment is the root of all suffering. Now, when the Buddhists talk about attachment, what they're referring to is the tendency for humans to look outside ourselves for the things that we need. And this is the fruits of the spirit: peace, hope, joy, love. But it could also be very specific things like a new car that comes from abundance mentality, or hard work and determination. There are many different paths to getting what we want, but it starts inside ourselves. And so when we seek that which we need outside ourselves, outside where we have absolutely no control, where change is constant, and the things we attach ourselves to are bound to, pass away, even attaching ourselves to things outside of ourselves is the root of our suffering, because these things can, and at some point will be, taken away in some form or fashion. The only thing that we keep forever, for all eternity, is our own souls. And within our own souls, there is everything we could possibly want and need. Come here, soul. And so when we seek outside, we are forming attachments. And that's what causes suffering. Modern psychology defines attachment a little bit differently. It refers to our tendencies and habits in relationships that are formed by and modeled by our relationship with our primary caregiver as children. So these attachment styles can be changed, and I'm going to drop a link to psychology.com where you can take a quiz and find out what your attachment style is, and there's like suggestions on how you can change your attachment style. When it comes to attachment theory and attachment styles, I did notice that while one twin has this attachment style, the other twin has the opposite attachment style. So like when one twin is in this attachment where it's just twin flame, mission, union, holy babies. I'm a twin flame, union, mission, twin flame, union, mission, twin flame, union, mission, holy babies. Oh my gosh, I'm so attached. The other twin flame, what's on the opposite of attachment? It's detachment. And detachment is like, oh, I'm gonna be over here. That this thing is not real to me. I'm gonna go over here. That's how quantum entanglement works. If one is attached, the other is detached. We meet each other in a state of non-attachment. Now, I know that there are a lot of different definitions for twin flames. In my teaching, twin flames are two people who are in a state of quantum entanglement. If we combine these two schools of thought, the Buddhist idea of attachment and modern psychology's idea of attachment, and put them together, it's very, very relevant to the twin flame dynamic. Because, okay, so Teal Swan put out a video about non-attachment and disidentification. So basically what she says is that when we are attached to something, it is because we have made that thing or person or place a part of our identity, and we cannot imagine living without this person, place, or thing because it is who we are. And it's who we are because we decided that it's who we are. The paradox is that we are our twin flames. How do we detach from something we cannot be detached from? How do we disidentify from ourselves? Recently in one of the twin flame groups, someone asked about meditations that help you connect to your twin. And when I read that, I saw how far I've come in the twin flame dynamic. Because when I first started out, I would come into meditation with the idea of, yeah, I want to connect to my twin flame. I want to call in my twin's higher self, and I want to send my twin love and light. But what I was missing was that I am my twin. And when I sit in meditation and I observe my soul, I am observing my twin. I don't have to connect to my own soul. And I don't have to tell myself, my twin is here. This is my twin. I'm feeling my twin right now. Because every time I feel myself, I am in the knowing that this is also my twin. The only difference between myself and my twin flame is that my twin has her own personal ego and her own physical body and her own free will. But that is questionable. Okay, so the question is, how do we disidentify or detach from ourselves? Let's look at identity. There is ego identity and there's soul identity. The ego identity is where there is separation because your twin flame has their own ego. So when we are in ego identity, we are in separation. Now, in the ego identity, we say, I am a twin flame. Okay, and this is me. This is what I did. For my ego, when I said I am a twin flame, it meant I have a mission with this person. That means for me, that meant a detailed plan, sacred union, which meant that I was absolutely going to marry this person. And then, I don't know about you guys, but I was under the impression that my twin flame and I were here to make holy babies. Now, I'm not saying that this is untrue. I'm saying that this is in the ego identity. This is what the ego holds on to. This is what I held on to. This coming into the soul and realizing oneness, realizing that my soul is her soul and that there is absolutely no separation. The only statement that my soul resonated with is, I am aware of my incarnation into physical vessels. And that's it. There is no need to attach to the mission. There is no need to attach to union. There is no need to attach to holy babies. That doesn't mean that I don't go into my ego sometimes and get attached and then have to detach and come back into the soul. But that is exactly what the process is. When we are attached, we are in our egos, because our egos are the ones that the ego seeks outside of itself. Because the ego is not aware of the oneness. The ego perceives separation. It is separated. The soul is in union all the time. And every single time we come to a place of non-attachment, what we're doing is we're moving from our ego into our soul. We are dropping into who we really are. And who we really are does not need to attach to anything. So anytime there is separation anxiety, anytime there is a need to attach, anytime there is a need for I don't know, and twin flame energy report to tell me that I'm on the path to union. That's in ego separation. When you observe that, I need a psychic to tell me that this person loves me. That's ego separation. I need I need to do a tarot reading and figure out what the fuck is going on because I miss my twin flame and I need to know. When you are in the soul, you don't need promise of union. You don't need psychics to tell you this or someone to reaffirm this or a twin flame energy report to tell you this, because there is awareness. And this awareness that comes from within is far greater than anything you're going to read on the internet or watch in a video. I am here to catalyze what you already know, but I'm not here to reassure you that you're going to be in union with your twin. I'm not sure that I'm going to be in union with my twin, and I'm okay with that because I'm already in union with my twin. And also, I want to point out that when you are in this soul identity and you feel like there's union within you, that's how you attract union outside. That's how the law of attraction works. We vibrate with it because it's inside us, and we realize that it's inside us and we observe it within. So when I meditate and I feel my own soul and I know that my soul is my twin soul and we are in union every single moment for all of eternity, I no longer need union, and this attracts union. And whether or not that union actually comes doesn't matter. Time to recap. Number 1, attachment, according to the Buddhists, is the root of all suffering, because when we seek outside ourselves and attach ourselves to things that can and will be taken away, when it happens, we suffer. The only thing that we keep for eternity is our own souls, which conveniently has everything we need, including our twin flames. 2, attachment theory in psychology is about your attachment styles and how you relate to your significant other, and how it is modeled by our relationship with our caregiver. We talked about Teal Swan and how she talked about attachment being an identification with things outside of ourselves. We are in sacred union, but realizing sacred union, to realize is to make it real. So just because something's true, if you want it to be your truth, you have to realize it. You have to make it real in your reality. In conclusion, I would like to say that sacred union is a reality inside yourself if you make it real, and we don't need to attach ourselves to anything or anyone, because it's all about what's happening inside our souls. And the last thing I want to say is, do you see that totally awesome Wolverine painting? It's signed by the artist. It's an original. I'm selling it, so hit me up.